at what point do we, realize your girl is a liability?
Well, fortunately or unfortunately for me, it's always from the beginning because I always come in and promise all kind of stuff. So she already come in dependent and be a liability still. But let's say I'm talking to a girl and I'm courting her. I think when it really becomes a liability is when the giving or what you're dishing out based on the return is not sufficient or doesn't make you feel good.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can't have your woman where you're doing everything for, which I believe in that. I believe in taking care of your woman in every single way. Pour into your woman. But when you're pouring into this woman and then the returns don't feel right, yeah, she's a liability. Because now she's soaking up all of your assets. And in return, all you have is just sorrow and sadness and it not working. So yeah, that is it. That is definitely the time when you realize that your woman is a liability because the energy is not reciprocating. You know what I mean? She said, "Baby, I want to do my nails. All right, here go $200. Baby, I want you to rub my head. Oh no, I'm tired. I got a headache. What? You know what I'm saying?
That is
That
it.
yeah, that is a liability now because everything that you work for to put in her or pour into her, she is receiving it well. But when it's time for you to receive something, even like a cooked meal or something like that, it is I'm too tired. Nah,
Yeah.
there's no sacrifice on that end. So yeah, definitely when you start feeling like that, I think that's when she become a liability.
Facts. Facts. Facts only. Razor, how about you? At what point
Yeah.
do you realize that your girl is a liability to you? Your liability.
When she don't bring you any peace anymore, that's 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 when you become a liability to me because
So,
like them we said, if I'm pouring out and I'm doing this and I see that you're arguing or you're not giving me the peace that I need to to keep going on to you go to work, you're thinking about, man, when I go home I don't even want to go back home. I'm sitting in the driveway for like 2 hours. I want to go deal with this lady there or whatever. At that
Oh,
point it don't make sense. Because
no.
you're a liability. You don't bring me any happiness anymore. You don't bring me any peace anymore. You don't. All you bring me is pretty much sorrow. You don't. I don't even want to see you. So what's the point? So for me that's it. Like you have to have that peace, and if you don't have that peace, then you're a liability. And I mean the issue could range from anything. What you're saying, I'm pouring into you, and you're not, you're not reciprocating. Like you said, I'm not even getting a cooked meal. You're not going out of your way to do things that you used to do before. So all that stuff adds up to where you become a liability, and once that becomes, I'm gone. So you know that's my stand on it.
I'd agree with that. I think once she start making your life more complicated, which would come with you not being happy, you having to kick out more money, with you having to be able to go into survival mode to keep your head up above water while she's just draining everything else out of you. I think that's when Um, I think you get a I would say look into what's going on when she start making you feel like whatever you're doing is not enough.
You're less than, yeah.
Yeah. When
right.
she start making you feel like no matter how hard you trying to keep the relationship together, it's not enough. No matter what you do, you ain't doing it good enough. You ain't doing, once you start being in that realm, I think it's time for you to start be looking for to be able to exit stage left. And I don't think that there's much left in that relationship for you to pursue after that. 'Cause I naturally feel like once a woman lose respect for you or don't have any respect for you in the relationship, you're wasting your time. But once you start telling her stuff that you know is the right thing and she start being combative about it, knowing that she don't have a clue, like she gonna tell you like, hey, can't use lead paint because it's illegal to use it. It'll kill us in the house. Ah, well, my friend told me that they use lead paint. They're still alive now. I want to use lead paint. We're not about to do all of that. Okay, well, you and your friend can, figure it out. Y'all can do what y'all want to do together. You will listen to them, or you start giving them advice about stuff that they don't have a clue about, and they want to give you a whole rundown of how they used to do it, or somebody else do it that way, and that's why it's done that way. And you're like, all right, well, yeah. End of the chapter is here. I mean, you can see the writing on the wall a lot of times.
Yeah, you definitely can. That is what it is, because people might look at it from a financial perspective, but no, I feel like you have a good woman in your life, and you know, I think if you bring more financially to the table, it's not a big deal. You know what I mean? You gotta pour into her, and most of the time, as men, the woman and children is the reason why we get up and go hustle or work for it. It's because of them. So that is more like a sacrifice.
Mm.
You know what I mean? But when your sacrifice is not resulting into happiness, then of course that's a liability.
Big time.
That's big time liability. You know what I mean? Yo, you in there coughing out your neck and need some Advil or some pill, and she there telling her friend on the phone, he in there coughing, he be alright.
Yeah. He always
Uh,
coughing.
that,
He
it,
always
but, but,
when he
but
says shout, he always
Always
coughing.
coughing.
yeah, yeah. It,
And
it,
even her friend trying to advise her, girl, give him some, some cough drops, some
Yeah,
spirits. Don't give him no cough. He always coughing in here.
he
Just
he
it's so annoying. He all
oh, yeah, but sometimes like you said, when you're with someone, they and they're going to look out for your best interests, because I've seen at work where a guy working and his wife said, "Hey, no more. I can't. You're burning out yourself. I'm gonna get a little part-time job and so you could work less,
Yes,
because
yeah.
the object is for us to live long,
Live long.
and
right.
Early
so,
and you live long.
yeah, yeah, so like you said, once they don't show that care anymore, that's when
Yeah,
it's time to go.
yeah,
100%.
I realize that society has made the world feel like men are here to do the grunt work for everybody else, for the kids and for the wife. We're here to work hard. Like how much time have you look back in the past now? Look at some of your family members, some older couple that you see, the wife is alive and the husband is dead.
A lot.
Work your soul out. Don't
Yeah.
work because I realized that so I have issues sleeping. And I sat down and I talked to a sleep study doctor. And the doctor broke down to me why, if I don't start sleeping properly or trying to get some sleep, I'm gonna die soon. Because your body don't get to rejuvenate itself. Your body don't get to put itself back together when you don't sleep. So your body is running off of half of a shell. So your body
Right.
needs to be put to sleep for at least 8 hours a day so it can rejuvenate itself, so it can put you back in tip top shape. Like a lot of people don't realize that. And the
Mhm.
doctor, he broke down everything to me. He showed me like your heart stopped functioning right, your vitamin D level stopped being. You're more accessible to cancers. You're more accessible to this. You start getting gray earlier. You start doing this. You start losing your hair faster because your body is not being able to do what it's supposed to do. So your body is just in a situation like, yo, okay, you ain't gonna take care of me. Well, I need to take everything from you to keep myself moving. And now you don't got nothing to give me. I gotta shut you down.
And that's to add to that, I think that one of the biggest truth to that is working overnight.
That's
That
exactly what
right
I was
there,
going to say.
Rough.
I
Yeah,
know for a fact would
yeah.
mash up your body.
It
No,
does because
You know
your
what I
body,
mean?
you don't sleep the same way.
no.
And most of the time, people in the daytime making all
Yeah,
type of noise around you, all type of the
yeah.
kids come in the house, the neighbors doing work, cutting their grass. You woke.
I can tell you that firsthand. That overnight shift is not for the weak, and like and they say that the study, you're more likely to die sooner
Yep, sooner.
working over.
Yeah, yep.
Working that overnight. Yeah, that's why they call it a graveyard and them
Yeah, the
stuff
You
there.
great.
know what the doctor said to me? He's like, it's not. like, I'm not trying to scare you. He said, I'm not. What he said, I'm not trying to scare you. What I'm telling you is supposed to scare you.
Mm.
So he's like, yo. So he started telling me like sleep disciplines. He was telling me the other night, start turning your TV off. Raider's gonna test this last night. I said to Raider, I said, yo, put his TV on a timer so he could turn off.
Mhm.
And I get off my phone. I turn the ringer down because I never like to turn my ringer off. 'Cause I just feel like some emergencies could be going on that somebody might need me. So I never like to turn my ring off, but I do turn it down. So you probably have to call me multiple times for it to get my attention. And I turn my phone face down so the light is not brighten up in the room when the phone is ringing. So I start practicing like different ways of sleep. What you would call it? Um, the word is eluding me right now. The proper word to
Yeah,
elude, but
yeah,
Right.
basic forms of styles, different styles of ways to preserve yourself to make you
so yeah,
put you in a better space of being able to sleep better.
Right. Right. Right.
So yeah, but that happened a lot, and people don't really pay attention to this because they feel like, oh yeah, you're supposed to do this. A man's supposed to go out there and burn out your soul. You get 3 hours of sleep and you back up and back to work again,
yeah,
and then she gonna tell you that you don't do nothing with her.
Right. And that.
At work and I have to sleep when I come home.
yeah. I can't. You don't do this. You
Oh
don't. You
yeah,
can't go out on the weekend. All you do is sleep.
I was watching a skit. So this dude, right? His wife wanted to do everything. Ken,
Mm.
his name Ken Edwards or Ken Edwins. So his
Right.
girl wanted to do everything. So every time he tell her I got to work, she get upset. They had a big argument. So one day she come home and she's like, "Baby, I want to go do this," and he's like, "All right, let's go do it." And she's like, "Baby, I want to go do this." And he's like, "All right, let's go do it." So she all in love. She all so happy. She like, I love the change in you. Love the change in you. So the bills start coming to the house. They were supposed to go on a lavish vacation because he was taking time off work to go on a lavish vacation. She came and she was like, "Oh, did you get the tickets and you book all the stuff for the vacation?" He's like, "Oh no." She's like, "Why not?" He's like, "Cause I don't have no money to do that." She's like, "What you mean you don't got it?" He's like, "I haven't been working. I've been, I've been trying to make you happy by just going and doing everything you want to do. So I haven't been able to make any money to pay for that." He's like, "In fact, I don't know how long we're gonna be here because I haven't been paying the rent." But you happy though, right? She's like, "No, I'm not happy." He's like, "Why?" Because I thought I was making you happy. So
Exactly.
yeah, the thing with that is now is like, where is the happy medium in that? The man doing everything to make you happy that you asked him to do. He's showing you that, hey, I needed to work to be able to provide you with all this stuff. So you don't want to wait, because you see your friends them doing this and doing that. So you think that we should run around every week. But I had to work.
Yeah,
I had to be able to make the money to take you on this lavish vacation you want to go on. I canceled the lavish vacation. You upset. He was like, "You ain't supposed to be upset at that because you supposed to be happy. We spending all the time together right now. And she's still
Exactly.
upset. You know, just one of them things.